What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. We're going to keep this quick and brief because our first guest is already in the studio and ready to rock and roll. I'm your boy, Rob Johnson.
I'm Brittany Douglas. Juana Bradley.
And we are live from the studio in Windsor Heights. Yes, the space is called The Studio in Windsor Heights. If you would like to book this space, it is available for bookings at 515-996-0326. Again, if you want to book this space, it is available for private events. It is 515-996-0326. What's up, y'all? What's happening?
What's going on?
What's happening? I will tell y'all real quick. I got a really good message today. I went to church, and two of the ladies at church came up to me and they said, "Hey, we watch y'all show. Like, we literally like put it on and like sit down and watch it. Y'all have good content, good, and they like the segments. They like how the segments
changed
are
it this
going,
year,
and going and everything like that. So, yeah, man.
Made you feel good?
Yeah, it felt good about you. Y'all know I don't like change, and so and so it made me feel good about all of the changes that we have, and the some still to come as we continue to figure out all of this stuff.
What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah. Everybody do me a favor, press the share button. Do that because we got our first guest coming up. You ready?
We do, yeah, I'm ready. I'm just a little irritated though looking at you. Because I'm still thinking about 5:55 in the morning.
That means you gotta wake up at 4.
I was trying to blow past
No,
that.
I'm not blowing past that. I want the people to know that I love Rob Johnson so much that I am willing to wake up at 4 a.m. for him. I just want to put that on the record so y'all all can hear that,
While
okay?
he's snoring and
exactly.
comfortable in his bed.
And
Wait a minute.
I just want you to know.
Wait a minute.
Is it raining that day too?
Wait a minute.
Please don't tell me that, because I don't get my hair done till Tuesday.
Hey, but I thought you was one for the down for the team.
I am. I was just throwing it up there.
Disrespectful. Man, dang.
I'm
But
just
look,
saying,
I love you though. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
He would do the same for you.
No,
Absolutely.
you know what? Just
know
because
what?
of that, you're right, Brittany. Thank you.
Finally, you
know what?
trying. You trying to come back to the right side.
I appreciate that, Brittany. I'll just keep that in my mind when I'm waking up at 4 a.m. He would do it for me.
That is
Okay.
true. That is true.
Okay.
And much more, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And much more.
All right.
All right, so look, we'll be right back with our first guest. Mr. Wanda segment is coming up. We're going to be speaking with Ms. Lindsay Kennedy.
Yes.
From
Green State Credit Union.
Green State Credit Union. VP in the building.
That's right.
Period.
Let's make it happen. Y'all tune in. We're going to take a quick break. Check it out. Press the share button. We'll be right back with our first guest.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we have our first segment of the day. We are here with our special guest, Lindsay Canaday from Green States Credit Union. I don't know why I said student. Green State Credit Union, where she is the Vice President of Business Development. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Duana.
Yes. So talk a little bit about your role in Green State Credit Union. Actually, they're pretty new here in our city. I don't know if that's true across the United States, but I feel like Green State's new on the scene here pretty recently.
Okay, so I'll give you some history on Green
Okay,
State,
great.
and then I'll kind of explain my role. So Green State has been in the state of Iowa since 1938. They started as the University of Iowa Community Credit Union. So that's like a little an unknown
That's
fact.
unknown, okay.
And I keep telling my team, it's like they when they made the name change, they felt that it resonated across the state. And I kept telling them, I said, no. I said, honestly, in communities of color, we didn't know what the change
I did
was.
not know that.
And we didn't recognize that Green State was not new. A lot of families, a lot of community members have had car loans, mortgage loans through the University of Iowa Community Credit Union, not realizing that that's what Green State become. There was a whole legislative issue with the way we were named and the connection with the University of Iowa. So we were actually legally forced to change our name. And so that happened in 2019, which if you think about what happened in 2020, the transition got lost in all of what happened in 2020. But so Green State has been across the state of Iowa since 1938. Our mission is to create lasting value to those we serve. And when we talk about those that we serve, that's our 400,000 members, our employees, which is at about 1,000, and then our communities, which is in our field of membership, which is the entire state of Iowa, all of the states, or I should say there's counties that are bordering Iowa. We also now have a presence in Western Illinois. So we have about 33 branches, and we are growing every single year.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's some background on Green State. As you said, I'm the Vice President of Business Development. And to simplify that, I lead our community lending efforts across our field of membership. So I focus on communities of color as it relates to our lending products. I also work with our retail teams to make sure that our financial service products are accessible to all communities. And then I focus on recruitment and retention, making sure that our internal talent reflects the communities that we want to serve.
Perfect. Now there's some housing initiatives going on there at Green State Credit Union. Could you talk a little bit about some of those housing initiatives?
Yes, absolutely. So we have developed a product. It is what we're calling our affordable home loan product. And it simply is a mortgage product that we have converted it to a special purpose credit program, which allows us to lend to specific demographics. So the first qualifier is that you have to be a person of color. The legal definition meaning like Black, Asian, Latin American, and American Indian. So all of those, what would be what would qualify you being a person of color. And then we also, the second qualification is 80% of the area median income. So you have to be making less than 80%. So to give you a scope of what that is in central Iowa, it's about 75,000. So less than 75,000.
Okay. All right, so talk a little bit about, I know people are really apprehensive normally when it comes to, everyone wants home ownership, but I think there's a little apprehensive about, do I really go through this process? Can you talk a little bit about if a person was to, come to Green State, say I really want to, work on home ownership, what are some of the things you take them all through? And then I'll follow up with, if a person didn't qualify, are there helps for them as well?
Yes. So if a person is seeking homeownership, when we set them down, we really explain the process and all the documentation that is needed, because it does feel like you're giving everything except a blood sample, right?
Exactly.
It's your entire financial history. But really it's to make sure that you are ready for home ownership. So we're looking for a history of income.
Right.
We're also, we now include rent verifications as a way of qualifying, which a lot of financial institutions haven't done, but are starting to do, because we recognize that that is a good way to show an on-time payment history. When people are paying their bills, the first thing that they pay is their housing.
Exactly.
So we also kind of talk through the different options that are available. We have in-house products that are specific to Green State. We have secondary market products, as well as we are now what is an IFA participating lender. So Iowa Finance Authority has products that are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that individuals can assess, and they have different ones for like veterans, first-time home buyers, and so products that are geared towards people that have lower income and or might be single. So just there's a lot of, what we try to do is make sure that people have a menu of options and explaining each option and talk about what would be best for their family in that situation. So really looking at it as a one-to-one approach. For every branch, we have at least 1 to 2 mortgage loan officers, and then we have mortgage loan officers that work in our call center as well.
Perfect. So is there anything that you provide? Say you go through this process and you're not successful and you get denied. Do you all offer any helps to kind of guide a person on some of the things they need to do so that maybe the next time around it's a yes?
Absolutely. So I forgot to mention, so if you do qualify, Green State is offering $5,000 up to $5,000 in down payment assistance, which is for this program really big, because that is the one thing that most people do not have, is that down payment.
Right.
So with our flexibility in being able to do up to 100% in-house financing, that can also go towards, if we're financing it at 100%, that $5,000 can go towards their closing costs, which is a huge benefit. But if someone is truly not qualified, we don't want to turn them away. It's more of a conversation of, well, not right now. And we in the program, we offer that they can go through credit counseling with our credit partner, Horizons. So Green State pays for that credit counseling.
That's nice.
And the individual works with that credit counselor separate of Green State. We get none of their proprietary information. We don't do any like real check-ins on them, because it's their process to go through with their credit counselor. And once they're done and they have gone through whatever program their credit counselor sets up for them, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, 24, they have the ability to go back to any lender in the state, any lender in the U.S. for that matter, and apply for credit. We hope that they will come back to us, but you know, it's up to them.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. So you all heard that at Green State Credit Union, if for some reason you don't get approved, there is a process that you can go through to hopefully that next time it will be a yes. And I know we're winding down on our time here for our segment, but I just want to say to everyone listening that Green State Credit Union has been a sponsor of Iowa Juneteenth, which we're very excited for and love the partnership. And if you could just talk a little bit about why is it important for Green State Credit Union to be involved in the community?
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, we really want to be a reflection of our communities, and we recognize that communities of color have been traditionally left out of the financial services process. Black people specifically are underserved, underbanked, or unbanked altogether. And for us to show up in those community spaces and really support what is going on in the community, it helps us to better understand the needs of the community so that we can better position ourselves to serve the community. That's why I love credit union. The credit union model is people helping people. We are here to serve our members, and so we cannot serve them without serving all people to the fullest. And so that's why we're excited to be a part of Juneteenth. That's why we're excited for the partnership with Urban Experience and continuing to be in that publication and lift up the work that the Urban Impact Show continues to show through the different segments that you run.
Oh, perfect. If anyone wants to get a hold of you, Lindsay, how can they do that?
So for Green State, you can reach us at greenstate.org. For me personally, it's Lindsay Canaday at greenstate.org, and that's LINDSAYCANNADAY at greenstate.org.
Okay, perfect. And we're going to make sure to get some information from you, maybe the link or anything that we can provide our readers with. We'll get that put up on our page sometime this week. So I'll make sure to get that information from you. All right,
well, thank you, Tawana.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being on the show. We just heard from Lindsay Kennedy with Green State Credit Union. We'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
What's up, everybody? First of all, welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning in. It looks we got a couple of comments on there on the last one, and I was trying to figure out this week,
Oh, okay.
and I was trying to figure out what they meant because I think one of the comments was, "Do you classify Hispanics as color?" Like, and so I don't know if they were talking to
when you say
us
like black or
or
brown, black and brown.
yeah, I don't know if they were talking about us or they were
Okay.
talking about Green State. I
Okay.
think they were talking about Green State,
they
and
might
so
have
that's
been asking that
probably
question.
that's
Okay.
probably something. But I did want to at least acknowledge it.
I believe they do because she did say that. She said Latina or Latino, Asian, and African American.
Yeah, and I think the diaspora of the of Hispanic is Latinx because it's
Right.
it's such a broad group of people, right? You have here you go. You have so many people. You have so many people that is definitely there, and so I just wanted to just kind of just talk about a little bit of like what's going on. And what's happening in the world,
Right.
But I do want to say to everybody, though, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for supporting the gas drive.
Yes.
Real quick, almost there. Real quick, I want to let everybody know. I do want to shout out a few people. And yes, DeWanna's going to do something more official where she'll be like posting like a list, and she'll have all of this stuff. And so, is this the?
That is the
Okay.
most updated list.
All right,
Yes.
cool. Yes. All right. So I do want to just shout out Breon Merritt, Pastor Hill, Mayor Teague, Mr. Joe, Steve, Karen, Sean, Kay and Bob Riley, Urban Dreams, Creative Visions, Lifestyle Juices, Back to School Iowa, Homes of Oak Ridge, Joppa Experience, She Solutions, LLC, Humana, Forward Consulting, Remax Concepts, Lincoln Savings Bank, Iowa Baptist State Convention, Betty Andrews Media, Urban Impact Show, Vanessa Lewis, Pyramid Theater, Deborah Simmons, and then Deborah Carr, Bishop Upright.
Remax.
Yep, I did
you said
Remax.
Remax,
Yeah, I
okay.
said Remax Concepts, and of course, all of this is coming together with my good friend who's doing the interview at 5 a.m. in the morning with the Des Moines Urban Experience, which is ran by Miss DeWanna.
Clark.
Oh wow, we
got
just
one,
we
like,
just
while
got
we're doing the
another one.
show,
Just
yeah.
wow. Well, thank you
So
so
where we
much,
at
Kristen
now?
Clark. And so we'll tally it up probably on like
You count it down and
Wednesday.
say, hey, you can.
Yeah, because we'll probably tally it up on Wednesday, and because we got to meet with Come and Go, and then we'll go in there and kind of do what we got to do with them, cut whatever check we got to cut, and then
Right.
we'll start making our waves from there on Wednesday. Because on Tuesday we're collecting a lot of. I got to drive around and collect a lot of chicks.
But it's
on
not. It's
Tuesday.
not over.
Yeah.
It's not over. You can
Bill
continue to
collector.
donate.
Yes. Please continue to donate.
Yes,
close
we'll
to
take
our
donations. Yes, we will.
Doesn't matter what you give. If somebody, one lady told me she had $4 and she wanted to give to the gas drive, and I told her, hey, we'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever you can.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All
And
that adds up.
man, I just want to say thank y'all, man. This has been, honestly, it's been crazy to watch all of this unfold from last year.
Right.
It's just, I
Man.
think for me, it's just like to think about your vision is something you talked about
Yeah.
last year, just through conversation. Then you made it happen. It was so big last year, and then to get the opportunity to almost triple,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
amazing. And you're doing it on your birthday. People do things for them as far as like celebrating and partying or hanging out on their birthday. You're giving
Right.
back to your community on your birthday. That's a
fun.
different type of, I think, commitment.
Yeah.
So I think kudos to you. Like that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
One thing I realized is that there was going to be attention regardless, right? And so I remember you and I first having this conversation, and I was like, well, like, if there's going to be attention there anyway, like let's use it to do what we do, right? And then that day, everything that could have gone wrong with the money went wrong, and then because we didn't have, it was like trying to pull everything together at the, and it was, and I was like, man, like thank you, like it was. We had money coming in 2 weeks later, and I was like, Lord have mercy, we can't have this.
It was such a big impact last year, though.
Yeah.
People were talking about, like, the line was crazy.
It was.
Big lesson learned from last year.
Which is why we're not releasing the date.
Right.
I mean, the location, the date. So every year, no matter what day it falls on, we're going to do this on the 21st.
Right.
No matter what day it is, next year I think it's on a Sunday.
It sure is.
It's going to happen on a Sunday next year. And unfortunately, we may be live,
Right. We might be.
And so the logistics will be different. I do want to shout out the leaders real quick though, like Duana from Des Moines Urban Experience, who is basically handling all of our fundraising and accounting, basically making sure that we're hitting this goal,
the finances and where they need to
which is the most important piece of this, because if it ain't no money, it ain't no event.
Can't happen.
So then you got Courtney Perry from Privacy LLC, who was the director of logistics and day of activities, who was based, she's had meetings with the city, with the police department, she's had meetings with Come and Go, she's had meetings with the fuel people, the food people. Let me tell you, it's a lot that goes into it.
It's not like we just wake up on Saturday and be like, all right, let's go
give some gas away, right?
Too much, it's a lot to put into it.
Courtney has literally, she's met with the Des Moines Public Library. She's she's done all of this to make sure that this stuff is happening. Then you got Shekinah Fountain, who is running all things communications. Man, let me tell you, when we received the first flyer, Shekinah was like, "Nope, we're almost there, though."
She's like, "We're not doing this."
Yeah, I said, "Oh God!" I said, "Shekinah, no, no." But you know what? We all trusted her, right? We trusted her to make that call, and I was waiting on that flyer, like, oh my God, Shekinah, are you denying this one? She said, yes, this is too many words. I gotta change this. I'm sorry. I remember when she sent back the message to the designer, Lonnie, and was like, I'm sorry, Lonnie, but we gotta change this. I was thinking to myself, oh man, oh Lord. And then, but hey, she's booking interviews, she's doing press releases, she's reviewing flyers, and even the wording from the statuses was hers. And then she just sent over the script for. We got a special guest that's doing a video for the gas drive, and she just did the script for them to do the special video for the gas drive. And so she's doing it. Then you got Brittany getting ready to handle the volunteers, right? Which is a major piece of it.
Right.
You need 24 volunteers just off back for pumping the gas, and that's just the gas.
Right.
It doesn't include the rest of the things that will be happening. People running with food, directors, traffic. You got resources, handouts, and it's gonna be crazy. And then you need somebody inside of the store. I'm thinking we may have to charge the things. Because you're going to have somebody inside of the store communicating with the staff in the store, communicating with somebody outside of the store, like what's going on at the pump. It's a big thing. Like, it's turning into something that we
want to make it smooth for the guests. They're coming to get gas.
Because they're coming to get gas,
they should be able to
want to get them out of there. Yeah, we want
exactly.
to. So. Tell us the name of Shekinah's business, though.
Yes, She Solutions LLC.
Right.
That is the name of Shekinah's consulting communications firm. Doing it, man. Straight killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the one who's booking all of these interviews and stuff. So, yeah.
She's doing her thing.
Yeah. Well, if I'm being honest, thank y'all for watching the Urban Impact Show. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with you, and we're looking forward. Press that share button. We're looking forward to seeing you all on my birthday, January 21st, for the gas drive. And shout out to one of the sponsors who will be interviewed here coming up next.
Remind people, because everyone's asking about location. When are we going to drop the location?
Yes. So the location won't be dropped until 9 a.m. on January 21st. The location that is, and it's via press conference and social media. So it'll be live, and shout out to our media partners.
Yes, of course,
because the news isn't on at 9 a.m. in the morning
on a Saturday,
but they will be on this coming Saturday, which I think is pretty dope. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all for definitely agreeing to be there with your boy. I know it's like, Rob, what? Okay. And they was like, yeah, all right. So, it's going to be, so the location will be dropped via press conference, 9 a.m., and it will be exactly at 9 a.m. Is when it will be dropped, and it will be dropped on all of our sponsors' social media accounts and all of that. And so, one of the sponsors of the gas drive is coming up to be interviewed by your very own Ms. Brittany. And so we'll head on out the way, and we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I am one of your hosts, Brittany Dudley, and today we have our first Black business on. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Trey, and I'm 10 years old, and I go to Carver Elementary School.
I'm Tina Turner.
My name is Jaden. I'm 13 years old and I go to Indian Hills.
I'm Giovanni. I go to Valley and I'm 15.
And I'm Nico McQuist.
And this is a family-owned business, Lifestyle Juices. So I've had your drinks a lot. Like I really love a lot of the different flavors and a lot of the fresh fruit aspect of your juices. Tell us a little bit about how your business started and how you started, and did you start here or did you start somewhere else or?
Okay. You want to go ahead,
I'm
man?
gonna start with me. So,
Okay.
for most of my life, I work in restaurants, management, and then, after a while, I decided, I just wanted to go into something that's healthy, something that when I go to sleep at night, I can feel good about. And then we sat down as a family, and we talked about it, and we decided that a juice bar would be the best business to go with and to start with. And then we looked around and we didn't see any, and we said, well, it will do good in the community.
Yeah, and I think you guys are in a perfect spot in the community as well too.
Definitely, yeah, that Drake area, the support from Drake, just the support from the neighborhood, from the community, it's just.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Think about it. And the actual location that we have, it was the salon at first.
Okay.
And then we kept it open for about a year.
Yes.
We kept paying the rent on it for about a year until we decided on what we were going to open there. We knew we wanted to open another business, but it just takes time, to prepare for that. And so we paid rent on there fully every month as if it was operating, and yeah.
How long have you guys been there?
It's going up
This
to
is 6 years
September.
now.
This year will be 7 years.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for me, even when I see you guys at community events or even sometimes stopping in the shop, it's your family is always there. Your boys are always helping. I see you guys at the back to school bash. You had your kids out there helping as well. How important is it for you guys to have your family, your kids, be a part of the business with you?
Well, that's the way I grew up. Mom and dad never left me out of whatever they were doing. I was always there learning. And that's why we decided to bring the kids in, so they can learn, and when they finish college or whatever they feel like doing, if they want to join the business, want to continue with the business, at least I did my part and I taught it to them.
I was going to say to one of the kids, what is your favorite thing about the business or helping your parents with the business?
Well, when Nico's making drinks by himself, he always tells us to come down and help him, and I just think we're really helpful to Nico, and when he's down, he's tough. It's tough, and when there's a lot of people and he can't do it by himself, we just come down and help him, give him support.
What do you guys think?
I think one of the good things about helping my dad is meeting new people.
Yeah.
And when you meet new people, you make new connections with other kinds of businesses. So Back to School Bash is a good one. And that's really it, honestly.
What about you? I just feel like, we're really helping out the community, meeting new people, putting smiles on people's faces every single day, helping people that are sick all around. I think that's good what we do.
And you guys are. Yes. And you guys are in a unique position because a lot of these things that you learn with your parents and their businesses, you're not learning at school. So you guys are learning a lot of the on the job type of training. So when you start your own businesses or go to work, you guys are already going to have a head start on what to do.
And the boys, so he's good at operational. So if anything needs to be done with the register, him and actually Giovanni. Jaden is good at as far as making the drink, helping his dad get the fruits and vegetable, whatever is needed to put in the blenders and stuff like that. So he's good. So all of them have their own strength, and it works out because they pick things that help them out with the business.
So I know you guys have been in this space for 6 years. What are some plans for your business as far as growth? It could even be in space or adding new things to your menu? Like, what are some new things that you guys think you'll do with the business?
Well, this year, we had a small spot in farmers market last year.
Oh,
They
that's
definitely
awesome.
said they need us there this year, so we're gonna have a spot in the farmers market. We already have a spot in the rock by races also this year. So after this year, we're kind of looking at see where this year take us, and then we'll be expanding. And then we plan to expand franchisely because we got people from other states been trying us to bring us into like Illinois, into Texas, into Florida, so definitely.
Because I think it's a difference between like going to like Smoothie King and then coming to you guys and getting like a juice. Like, I don't know, I feel like some of those things, like it maybe a little bit sweeter, they put sweeteners or different things. They're still great drinks, but it's a difference to me when it's an actual juice. Like, it feels a little bit more healthier, and I can watch you put the fresh fruit and make it. It just is something a little bit different.
That's the big part of what we have to offer to the community. Is honestly is right there, made in front of you. You see whole fruits and vegetable being juiced right there, and there's nothing better for that. And even during the pandemic, we did very well even during that time, because a lot of people were worried about their health and things like that. So it's just been great. I mean, God has really blessed us. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it is. And we have the drive to push, especially coming from a different country. When we
Where are you guys from?
both, I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa.
I'm from Spanish Town, Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when you come to the state, you know, we've been taught you don't have time to waste time. Like, you have to utilize it to full potential. And that's just what we go by.
Exactly.
Nice. Anything else you guys want to share with us about your business, or, you know, things that you guys are focused on business-wise as a family? Anything from the boys?
It's really helpful to people in the community, because when people are sick, we can just help them make juices and make them feel better. And then so they can go out and live their life and just get better and
Teach
have a
them
good
how to
life.
have a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
I don't got anything to say.
You guys are doing good. So any way that the community can contact you, like your social media pages or email, how can people get in contact with you?
Yes, definitely. So we have Instagram and Facebook. It's Lifestyle Juices. And then we're open we have a split time frame, but in the wintertime we're open from 10 to 5, and then in the summertime we're open from starting in March 9 to 6. So
Is this like Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday?
it is Monday through Saturday, and in the wintertime is Monday through in the summertime is 7 days a week. Yep, we're open. But we're located at 2418 University, Des Moines, Iowa 50311, right in the Drake neighborhood. Yeah.
Right beside Jimmy John.
Yep. Don't blink though, because you might miss us. But we're right there, yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on and talking to us about
Thank you
your
for
business.
having us.
I really enjoy, you know, the juices that you guys make. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're going on our last break, and we'll be right back on the Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. We are coming up to close of the show. Just a few things want to talk about before we head out. Martin Luther King Day is tomorrow.
Right.
And I don't know, I feel like my friend told me that she's starting a job tomorrow. So I'm like, how are they? Like, how are
Everyone's closed tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, the bank is a federal holiday, so all federal offices
so
are
I feel
closed.
like jobs should not be requiring people like we're off tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you know, I think take tomorrow to remember the great work that Martin Luther King, you know, did. You know, and just in remembrance of him and the things that he's done for African Americans, and you know, besides just having the day off, you
Right.
know, take some time to kind of reflect on that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. There's a few events happening tomorrow, so make sure to check your social medias. We've got the MLK prayer breakfast at 7:30 a.m. Man, I'm going to have an early morning because I'm going to that one too. So I'm going to have an early
We should already
morning.
be up.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Thanks
it.
to
You
Rob.
know what? I know. Thanks to Rob. I will already be up. So yeah, we're good to go there. But there's going to be lots of events taking place. Just be
there
mindful.
any
The
parades or
expungement
anything?
clinic is
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yep.
The expungement clinic is tomorrow. So check out your social media for that. That
know where
is
it's
so
located?
important. There's various locations across the city. So just look up expungement clinic. You can look on AKA's website, that's Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. You can look up their website as well to find those locations, but that's really important for tomorrow.
Yeah.
No parades that I know of here, at least in our city. Not sure if any other cities across the state hold anything, but besides that, school's out, so have fun with your kids tomorrow. School's out. Most all federal buildings, offices are closed. Banks are not open tomorrow. So I think it's just a good day of remembrance, you know. Well, we are like winding down to like the little bit of time. We've got our lovely friend Sheldon here with us, who's going to close us out in just a moment. But enjoy your week is what I want to say here from the Urban Impact Show. Have a great week. Thank you for watching us today. Brittany, you have any closing words you'd like to say?
Same thing, just have in remembrance tomorrow of Martin Luther King. Enjoy your day off and time with your children, and have a great week. And our next event will be the gas drive on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
we'll see you.
Hope to see you guys there.
Yep, we'll see you on the 21st. Okay, Sheldon, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks for watching the Urban Impact Show. See you next week. Have a good night.